Following a start in NXT last week, could they keep the momentum up, or would they fall to Rampage? Let's find out. Full intro. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to HCW Show Squared, the show with the usual format of the HCW show. Well, former HCW, well, no, it's still whatever. The HCW show, the format, formula, and multiply, expand it to the power of, you guessed it, 2. I am Dan, DP, or as we all say nowadays, D-P-Z, Europe. And without any further ado, let's just get into things, I think. Actually, before I do, if you like the content that we put out on our videos and stuff in our Twitch and whatever, then please give us a like, give us a follow, give us subscribe to the channel, leave a comment saying what you like, what you dislike, and we will, take that on board and in future consideration when we do future videos. But if you feel so inclined, my Twitter is down here. If you want to give me a follow, and for our collective medias for the group, we have our Twitch, Twitch, our Instagram, our Threads, our Twitter or X, and our Facebook. Those are all there. All links are going to be in the description as well. So if you feel so inclined, please give us a follow on those, and please, engage with us. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, who you want to see more of. Do you want to see Rake come on this show, or Froz come on this show? I can see what I can do. Do you want less of me? Do you want more of me? I don't know. But without any further ado, let's get into the actual review side of things. So, with the announcement from my co-host Ray, the HCW show format, the main format, is being condensed into a more monthly sort of thing. This is going to be weekly still, for now. They make our point where I decided to change that, but I don't necessarily think I will. But yeah, I'm going to try and condense what I do as well a little bit. So normally I would do, match 1, match 2, segment A, segment B, match 3. Whatever. But this time I'm going to just keep it to mainly matches and then the important bits, if that makes sense, or at least what I conceive to be important. So yeah, so let's continue on with the NXT review from the 17th of October. So kick things off with the Bada Bing Bada Boom Battle Royal, the Tag Team Battle Royal, where the winning 2 teams would then fight in a singles match to determine the next number 1 contenders. I'm going to mute my Discord because I'm getting messages. God's sake. Where Discord? There it is. Mute Discord. There we go. So that shouldn't come through now. Anyway, so the Bada Bing Bada Boom Battle Royal, Chase U and Los Lotharios win the Battle Royal, and they are now in a a tag team match, and the winners will face the family at Halloween Havoc Night 1. But Chase U win after Andre rolls after he rolls up Gaza. Following an interference from the Cree brothers. I rated it 2.5 stars. I can't lie, it was quite average. The Battle Royal aspect was fine, but ultimately the match didn't offer anything special, in my opinion. But I do have a slight nitpick as well about this match. During the Battle Royal, the Creeds eliminated Los Lotharios, and the refs never saw it. So the Lotharios got back in the ring, and then they threw both Creeds out. The refs then turned around, but they only saw the Creed on the floor. They didn't see it thrown over the top. So they just assumed that the Creeds were thrown over the top and not actually eliminated. Which is a bit stupid in my opinion. Why it took 4 refs to, sort out the issues on the ramp. But, I don't know. Obviously it's all kayfabe and stuff, so, you needed a legit reason for it, so I get it. But ultimately, a little silly, a little stupid. Very nice, very evil. Yeah, it made sense. The heel tactics, it's just referee competence is what I'll put it down to. Anyway, we're going on now to a segment. Carmelo Hayes is here, and he wants to talk about something. He wants to talk about last week, but here comes Baron Corbin. Corbin comes out and basically says Carmelo's a fanboy, taking photos of all the legends who were there. But never mind that, because here comes Dijak. Dijak calls out Baron Corbin for being a crybaby and a whinger. That's it. And then the three of them argue for a little bit until Ilya appears on the big screen, talking to all three. He's waiting to see who will pick up the mantle and be the next challenger. But he also reveals that Cody made one more announcement as the GM from last week. That Triple Threat is no longer Triple Threat. It's actually a fatal four-way with this guy. And then out comes Trick Williams. Trick Williams, who has been put in this match for no reason. There is a clear storyline bias towards Trick Williams. I don't think he's all that, personally. He's alright. I wouldn't say he's world title material. And at the very least, right now, he shouldn't be competing for a world title shot. The North American title stuff with Dominic was fine, because North American title is, the secondary title to NXT. So, in my opinion, Trick shouldn't be there. He's not world title level, like compared to the likes of Baron Corbin, Dijak, Carmelo Hayes. They're all levels up there. Braun Breaker, even, I suppose. But, they're all up there, and Trick's not. But, moving on. Trick talks about the opportunity to be the world champion. Melo is shocked at all this happening. Baron and Dijak keep pointing and prodding at Trick, saying "Oh, you stabbed your friend in the back," sort of thing. But Carmelo won't let mind games affect his game, and he's not afraid to put anyone down. Dijak then points at Trick and says, "What about him?" And then before there can be an answer, Dijak and Corbin attack Carmelo and Trick. Carmelo and Trick then clear the ring, and Carmelo then teases going to attack Trick, but he doesn't do it. So it's going to be an interesting next few months for Carmelo and Trick, I imagine. Backstage. So this is not particularly important. It's just because something happened that I've got to mention, and it's kind of out of left field. Fallon Henley is talking to the breakout tournament participants, giving them advice and stuff. If you lose, don't let it get you down, and if you keep going on through, keep training, keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna be fine. Tiffany Stratton comes in. Some bombs are thrown between the pair of them. And then Tiffany just outright calls Fallon Henley a whore, which was fucking ridiculous. Fucking hell. It was so out of left field. It was "Oh, you're a farmer and stuff. That gives off whore." It was I don't know if I misheard it, because I went back and listened, and I had no idea what else that could be that she said. But she just outright calls Fallon that, and it's wow, okay. I guess TV Forward is coming back to WWE. Move on now to the next match of the night, which was the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament first round match. Carmen Petrovic and Jada Parker. And Carmen wins with submission. I rated 2.5 stars. I was very surprised by this result, in my opinion. I thought Jada had it in the bag. Because I don't know who Jada Parker is, but she had a lot of hype because of the name being made, the trademark for the name Jada Parker. Because everyone thought that was going to be Jade Cargill's name when she came to NXT, came to WWE, sorry. But yeah, alas, no. Jada loses him by submission to Carmen Petrovic, and yeah, it was alright. 2.5 stars. It was an average match, in my opinion. Nothing really stand out about it or breakout about it. But yeah. We're on to the next match. Tegan Nox takes on Lyra Valkyria, following up from last week when Tegan got involved in Lyra's business. Lyra wins with a spinning heel kick following a distraction from Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I rated this 2.75 stars. It was okay. It still kind of feels like Tegan is out of sorts since returning from her injury, but hopefully it's a case of just needing that in-ring experience and those in-ring matches to, build yourself up a bit more, and then she'll get better. But we'll see what happens. Lyra wins here though, which is the important thing, and she needs to win here in her setup to the match with Becky. Post-match though, she cuts a promo, Lyra, about resilience and about Becky, saying that Becky's had the upper hand in her life and her career, and that Becky actually beat her in the race to the NXT title, but she'll be taking that NXT title from Becky. Becky appears on the big screen and compliments Lyra, and looking forward to the fight. But Becky says that she's better. We go backstage again. Carmelo is not happy that Trick is going after the world title. Trick then apologizes for not talking to Melo, and now they're to fight each other in the fatal four-way. Backstage with Gigi Dolan now. Gigi's like, "Oh, I like Halloween," and she reveals the spin the wheel, make the deal wheel. Basically, Blair challenged her to a match at some point, and Gigi's like, "Okay, I accept. What's it gonna be?" And then spins the wheel, and it's gonna be a lights out match, which I don't know what that means. But yeah, move on. Next we get the vignette showing Von Wagner on his rehab journey for his head injury. Um, Firstly, props to WWE and NXT for continuing this farce of a storyline. This charade, even this chicanery, to quote Better Call Saul, but oh, it's a mess. He's there and he's just, going through rehab. He's like, "Oh, I can't do it anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me." There's nothing wrong with you, Rod. You weren't hit with the fucking steps. Oh, it's melodramatic and it's hilarious when you think about it. Ridiculous stuff. But so the next match of the night was Kiana James and Shotzi. Shotzi wins with these top rope senton. I rate this also 2.5 stars. There wasn't anything particularly great about it, which seems to be a theme for this show so far. But Shotzi wins thanks to some Eddie Guerrero shenanigans. Cool. Backstage, Oro Mensah is here with Lash Legend, and they're in distress because they're on the phone with Noam Dar, who's in the hospital with Jakara Jackson. Jakara Jackson's been injured, and she has to have an arm removed for an injury that has probably nothing to do with her arm. I could be wrong on that. I'm not trying to claim I know the injury reports and stuff like that. Backstage, also I should say this is a continuation from the metaphor thing. Trick's been attacked by someone. It's not clear who did it. He's either laid out next to a equipment box, something like that. But now it's a mystery of who done it. I have two theories about this. So there's the obvious choice in Carmelo Hayes, being like the a la Enzo Cass style Page 17. But another theory I thought of, which I think could be good if it's the one they're going with, is it could be a certain roster member who isn't there or hasn't been there lately. Because I think it could be, potentially, hear me out, Wesley. Now, Wesley hasn't been seen for a little bit. He's been gone for the last 2 or 3 weeks. After he just sort of walked out show. I think it's him. He's angry at the fact that Trick got the opportunity before him. He's angry at the fact that Trick's elevated to his level when he doesn't deserve it. And it was also last seen in the locker room behind Trick and Carmelo during a segment that they were just talking. So he was clearing his locker room. So I think the Wesley theory has more promise than the Carmelo Hayes one, personally, because maybe I'm putting on the hat of the booker and being like, you know what, that's gonna happen. But it could be a case where it's just Carmelo and it's like, hey, I'm gonna attack you now and we're gonna feud for 3 months. But yeah. Backstage, a fight breaks out with Dominic Mysterio and Nathan Frazier, but Nathan started it. So, backstage again. Roxanne has a match with Kiana James next week, so she spins the wheel and makes a deal or something. I don't know what deal you're making when you spin this wheel. But anyway, she rolls the wheel and it's a Devil's Playground match. I don't know what that means. It's just I think it's just fancy no DQ. Never mind that though. We go back to the ring. Here's Ariana Grace. She's devastated to see Jakara get injured because she was due to face her in the breakout tournament. Because she was injured herself last year and had to pull out of last year's breakout tournament. But she's better than ever now. And she's willing and happy to take her bye into the semi-finals. This doesn't last long, however, though, as some music plays and we're greeted by Brittany Reese. I think she's new here. I've never seen her. She may well level up. I don't know. Actually, no, I do know. I did look up on Cage Match. Brittany Reese formerly wrestled under the name like Regina Bujaro or something like that. but she only wrestled on live shows, so not on TV or Level Up for that matter. She's only been on 2 live shows before this, so this is her third recorded match anyway. Her gear it's the same as like Sol Ruka. I don't know where Sol Ruka's gone or what Brittany's done with her, but yeah, it's weird. It's almost the exact same dress sense. So if Sol's out injured or something, then I imagine they're going to team up at some point because they have the exact same ring gear. But yeah, so we're going to the first round match now between Ariana Grace and Brindley Reese. Grace wins with the eye rake and a reverse judo throw. It was like the inverse. It was the opposite way of how you would do a normal judo throw. I forget what it was. It was kind of weird. Anyway, I rated 2 3/4 stars. Sorry. Ariana shows promise. She's a second generation superstar. I think she's the daughter of Santino Marella. So I think that helps in her favour. She can hold her own in the ring as well, but this is based off a short, sub 3 minute match that I've seen. It's my first time seeing her in a ring, so I could be off of that assessment. But no, we have an interview now with Bron Breakker. Bron talks about some rounds from last week, saying the fans didn't see me. But he's interrupted by Robert Stone, the manager for Von Wagner. Stone's annoyed that Braun doesn't care about anything or about injuring Von, sorry. And he challenged Braun to a match next week. Stone, you do you. You're gonna get murdered, probably. Or they have Von come back because he's not actually injured. But anyway, on to the main event now, which is for the NXT Championship #1 contenders match. So we have Dijak, Baron Corbin, and Carmelo Hayes. So it's now a dual threat again, not the event of all. Because Trickster got to the hospital. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes wins after hitting a nothing but net leg drop on Corbin after Corbin hits the end of days on Dijak. And then Carmelo pins Dijak. I rated this 3.5 stars. It was a really good main event for TV. It furthers the issues with Dijak and Corbin, and they'll probably go fight. My voice, sorry. A really good TV main event, and it furthered the issues with Dijak and Corbin, while also further fueling the idea that it was actually Carmelo who attacked Trick, so Trick wouldn't win. Like I said earlier, things are getting interested with these two. The match itself was, as I said before, it was really good. And yeah, it was curious to see what Ilya and Carmelo do for Ilya Carmelo 3. But yeah, that is the last match we get. We got one more segment before we end the show, which is backstage. Lyra Valkyria tears a picture off the locker room door, which is a picture from the olden days of Becky and Lyra, both as trainees. And then Jade Cargill appears on the screen in the locker room that Lyra was just in, and she walks away, doing like, tick tock, tick tock. That was it. And that was the end of NXT. It was an alright show. It delivered what it was meant to do, and it did what it was supposed to do. It was alright. It was mainly average until the main event, and but yeah, we go now into the other side of what we do here on HCW Show Squared, which is AEW Rampage. And so this is for the 20th of October. We start things off with a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Rocky Romero and Mystico. Mystico wins 2-1 with a submission victory. He is the Fujiwara armbar to close it out. I rated this 3 3/4 stars. It was a very good, very well put together match. Contested in the usual CMLL rules as well and format. It was very well done. And he had great chemistry and Rocky played the heel role well. I'm not gonna lie though, I wasn't expecting too much from this match because Mystico, to my knowledge, is the original Sin Cara, and he, he's not the best. He's not very good, to say the least. But yeah, Mystico wins in what was a showcase for CMLL and for Mystico. Then we move on to the AEW International Championship #1 contendership match between John Silver, Kip Sabian, and Brother Zay. John Silver wins with the stiff knee to the head of Brother Zay as he pinned the Kip Sabian. 3 stars I rated this. It was a solid three-way. Everyone had their role, and it was delivered in a fine way. It wasn't anything special, but with these 3, you're always going to get something good with these 3. They're decent, you know? Silver gets the win, where he'll fight Orange Cassidy at Battle for the Belts. Then we go on to the next match of the night, which is Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli against Brian Keith and Exodus Prime. The BCC win with the fastball special as they pin Exodus Prime. I rate this 1 star. It was an absolute squash match. It was sub 2 minutes. It's a shame that they can't give more time to talents like Brian Keith because he's so good and he deserves a chance to shine more. But I get that he's not signed, and you've got to, promote and big up your signed guys, and because they've got the title match coming up as well on Collision, so it makes sense overall. It's just a bit annoying, but it is what it is, Then we go into the main event. Sky Blue taking on Ruby Soho. Ruby wins following a interference from Saraya and a roll up. I rate this 2.5 stars. Sorry, this wasn't that good. Ruby and Sky have the potential to put on a good match, a really good match, and they're just sort of relegated to a match here where it's the main event, but nothing really happens, and the finish was cheap heel interference. The general in-ring of the match was good, but the story being told of Sky, turning or being more dark, is sort of being forgotten. Like, there's bits here and there, but it's very, stop and start. And that brought an end to Rampage, and yeah, not much to talk about there really on Rampage. It went declining. It started off hot with the 2 out of 3 falls, and then just dropped and dropped and dropped. But yeah, that was Rampage, and that brings an end to this review, to this episode of HCW Show Squared. This is episode 12, and thank you once again for anyone who does watch these and who likes the videos and the comments, anything like that. But as always, keep it up, and until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.